baby's home. Cairo, Cairo is my baby's home. One bite Cairo night won't be long. Women in Cairo, they will treat you kind and sweet. Women in Cairo, they will treat you kind and sweet. Catch you riding and take you off your feet. Shoot you and knock you, teach you and cut you too. Shoot you and knock you, teach you and cut you too. They get through the graveyard, then for you. Women in Cairo send you down to your grave.
And welcome. I see already lots of people in the chat, which is great. Let me just fix one little thing here. And we're ready to rock. No, we're ready to blues. Great, great, great. Patrick, welcome. Popcorn's out and ears are ready. Great. Patrick was first to say hello to Geir, but now I'm there as well. Hello. Stavanger is in Norway, for those of you who don't know. Southern Norway, a harbor city, wonderful city. I've been there and played there a couple of times. Elvis is in the building. Back to Cincinnati. Great. I've seen your post on Facebook, Milan, about this coffee festival that you had in Cincinnati. That's a great thing. Gave me some ideas. Graham, nice to see you as well. UK Attack from Wantage. Been there as well. All right. So what's going to happen today? I'm all in Open G. I thought I'd be playing the first part as I usually do in standard tuning, but then I kind of announced that these songs are going to be in Open G. I don't remember if I wrote it on Twitter or in Facebook update or whatever. So if your guitars are in standard tuning and you're still not in Open G, then either just put the capo on the 3rd fret and play in the standard position of E, the grip of E chord as in standard tuning. So you'll be in G. That's the first solution, and the other one is maybe to tune up to or tune down to Open G while I'm playing the backup to start with, and then we'll move on from there. So today's topic, the main theme, is how to take our old versions of songs that we play. And in my case, it's not my songs, it's traditional blues or country or whatever I'm playing. But even if you have your own songs that you've been playing the same way for many years, just a little inspiration of, okay, how can we do so that we do a new take on the same thing? And okay, there are many examples of people playing the same version of the same song for 40, 50 years, and that's it. One of those examples, with slight modification, could be John Hammond Jr. I mean, he's been playing a couple of iconic songs like Pony Blues, like Drop Down Mama, like Riding in the Moonlight, songs that are so much him that it's just, I don't know, he kind of lives through those songs that he was playing. And whenever I saw him live, whenever I listened to his records, it's always the same way he played those songs. And, you know, full respect for that. In my case, I don't know, some songs I've been playing very, very similar for many, many years. A little bit slower, a little bit faster, but it's the same grip, it's the same key, same way to sing it, and so on and so on. And sometimes I just feel like, I'd like to do something else. But more on that when we come to the theme. Right now, let's go and announce the backup. Today in open G or in the key of G, whatever suits you better. So let's go. I'll put my slide on for the backup as well. So I'll just go through some chords, no licks or nothing. Licks are on you. So here we go. Right, as usual, I kind of stretched it a little bit, so it wasn't just the pure accompaniment, but still, it's always like I'm listening to somebody else playing. It's in my head. I'm jammed so many times, and I can imagine somebody else playing while I'm doing all this. So it's kind of okay. I'm imagining what you're doing on the other side. So what did I do new compared to earlier backups in Open G? So the first regular pattern is always right, but then the other way around is so we start on the 7th of that chord. So we just bend the 6th string almost to the 5th fret's note, and then we play open 5th string. That's one. Then I also had this when we come to D. So let's say we switch to C, then we go to G, and now watch it now. So this is kind of very pure major chord in the middle of this kind of bluey blues backup. Just to, I don't know, I've had those notes in my head years ago when I was playing and accompanying people, and it was, I mean, everybody else was playing and then in the D they would go. That's kind of, it's great, it's wonderful, but it's predictable, and if somebody else is already playing that, so maybe I could just go. That goes really well too. Which is actually just a third of the D chord. And it sounds a little bit funkier down here because you get this note of what's it, A, and then the big D. So only those three are enough, just kind of like a. Because you kind of build kind of excitement in that moment, and then you just go to the regular good old turnaround, and that's it. So that was that. And then the turnaround can be syncopated just a little bit, like a. That's the regular one. So if you would syncopate that, it would be like a. All those nuances of how to move the slide from the chord back to the main chord and all that. So that's what I did there. Then the second part of the backup was this. And so on. So that was the 7th of G with index on the first two strings on the 3rd fret. So this is a fast kind of gliding from the 3rd to the 1st fret with the same finger. Really snappy, because of course you can do. Fine, but this is kind of. This these things are just like a stolen from regular finger picking pattern, but put into this slow rhythm, which gives it a bit jumpy feeling in the middle of slow. Was it double timing or something? Well, anyway, those could be ideas how to refresh that backup, right, in Open G. So I'm already on the theme, like refreshing the old way to play backups and songs. So that was that. Then I also did something new in the chord of C when I moved to. So this is, oh, I'm pushing microphones. I mean, I'm pushing them audio-wise. I'm kind of distorting a little bit. Okay, I'll play softer. So this is a... So there are two ways to play this lick. One is without the bare chord. We'll just keeping the G bass going, but we are in C. So we play. Now we switch to C. See, everything is ringing, but this is very, very powerful. I love playing like this. So it's kind of, you pick with your thumb those two strings, like fifth and fourth, and then the third string is picked basically by this sloppy picking of my index finger on the picking side, right? So and then you come back to the, you know, confident, comfortable old backup, right? So I like these things combined. A little bit really clean, major chords, and then you put this little bit bending string. And you can also do that with slide. Okay, so it goes like this. I'm keeping very firmly all 5 strings pressed here on the 5th fret, and then on the slide is going. This can be tricky for somebody who hasn't been playing slide for a while, but just imagine I press with my index, but I'm very light on the touch with the slide, especially when we have a metal slide which weights a great deal. So we don't need to press almost anything. I just need to put it on the string, not lightly, and then just glide. And I'm doing that with my pinky, right? And then I pick the second string. So first string, like it's a little bit slide. That can be a pull off without picking here. So. So those of you who've been listening to me for a while now, I've been doing this live stream since January 22. So I'm a big advocate of just hang in there with your slide. Enjoy the wonderful sustain that you get from a good guitar, nice string action, everything in a nice package, so you don't have to play single notes on all parts of the backup or a solo or something. Just love that long sustain of vibrated chords. It's just beautiful. So I kind of wait on it until the last millisecond, then and then go back to that, right? So it's and this lick is played either picked all notes. This first is glided from the 5th to the 3rd. That's a clean version, like or if you do it with octaves. And octaves are something fantastic. I didn't invent that. Not even Sam Mitchell, who I've learned this from, basically, because he was using these octaves in Open G and Open D a lot. But I mean, just listen to old recordings from the 20s and 30s. You can see, you can listen to Willie Brown. You can listen to Charlie Patton. There was a lot of it. Or, yeah. And so on. So these things are invented long before our time. So yeah, so I'm hanging on the note, and that's also when I play the chord, and I just let it ring until the last minute. Otherwise, it would be like. And so on. For me, it's much more music when you let it ring and kind of you're on the limb, you're kind of hanging in there, and then you just hit it on one. This could be tricky if you're playing with a drummer or with somebody who's maybe used to play with a metronome or is really on the beat and all that. It needs to be somebody you can play with that you both can swing around and just have this little nice little line of, where you're hanging on the rhythm and everything. Great. Let me see in the chat. Am I missing something? Oh God, here comes my bad conscience. David, I missed your live stream again today. Oh, I needed it. I needed that wonderful piano of yours today. But we had long meetings and late lunches at the office. So, yeah, I missed it. But it's great that you're here because David, guys, has asked me a question about soloing when it comes to slide playing and maybe soloing in general, how to think about creating a solo. I have a theory about that my own way of playing is not too much solos. I'm playing a lot of melodies, a lot of kind of variations of the melody, but I'm almost always there. I'm not full of licks. I can do licks in the backup. I like doing that, like kind of supporting others when they play a solo. But me, myself, I can never let the basses go. I can never let the chords go or the rhythm, the groove of the song. I always kind of want to have everything in one package. So yeah, that's the way I'm playing. But since you mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, I was thinking, and today when I'm going to be showing you guys Midnight Special and Corina, and I'll start with that in a minute. I'm going to be showing you a couple of ideas that I got by listening to different versions of these songs again, and then just realizing, man, these trumpets are great inspiration. I've always thought that any kind of trumpet, saxophone, clarinet solos, old kind of Dixieland tradition is extremely inspiring for playing slide. I just love that. So sometimes I listen to a song and I don't even care what the song is about or which song it is. I just hear some great brass section doing an arrangement that sounds really kind of rehearsed because they know exactly what they're doing, and maybe sometimes they play in harmony, like 2 or 3 instruments, like doing that. It's like, whoa, what's that? If you've seen these balloons, I don't have a clue how they came up. I think it's something in this software. There are some crazy updates, and I'm using beta software here for live streaming. I'm on a limb here as well. It's like, okay, maybe not everything's going to work, but I know some words maybe trigger a kind of balloons, or if I do like this on the camera, maybe there'll be an icon showing thumbs up. No, thank God, good. So I'm not changing the guitar. I'm not changing anything. I'm just going right to the theme for today. And all right. So I think this is going to be the open tuning chart for those of you who maybe haven't been following until now. We're going to be in open G. So you reach the open G by lowering the first string, the first string from down to D, from E to D. Then you the second, third, and fourth string are the same as in standard tuning. It's B, G, D, or it's written here H, as we Europeans call it. And then the bass string, the fifth string, is down to G, from A to G, the whole step down, and the sixth string from E down to D. And that sounds like this from the first string down and then up. So, a lick of the week or a theme of the week today, it's going to be kind of new versions, new ideas for solos for these two songs. And just a little light on the last week's theme that we had, that was about getting disorganized and having a mess on your table. I'm back to the routines, I'll have to admit, because I got inspired by my own live stream about, okay, let me see if I can really maintain order on the table until the next week. Right now, when I'm doing the live stream, it's not a total order. It's because I need to have some things ready in case something happens, like one camera that can be connected if any of the cameras bail out on me here, or something happens. I have an iPad in case I lose a screen with a script or something. So I prepared and lots of stuff in front of me. But basically, I really did it. So thank you for listening to me last week, the rant about personal organization. Right, so I'll start off with Midnight Special. That's a song that I've used to listen to a lot. I'll listen to Leadbelly's version, some other versions, and then later on in my life and career as a musician, I discovered Delmore Brothers, and then I've heard their version, but I kind of didn't really concentrate on it. It was like, yeah, great. They played it a little bit faster, a little bit swingy and all that, but it wasn't really something that would inspire me then. During many years, I've played Midnight Special like this. Let me show you. So I would maybe start with just the bass line going into the song. If you ever go to Houston, boy, you better walk right, and you better not gamble, and you get an fight. Sheriff Dudley will arrest you. He can sure get you down. And Judge Nelson, he will sentence you. And then you're jailhouse bound. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a step of light on me. Right. So that would be the way that I played it for many years. And already here, I just caught myself bringing in this new kind of way to get to the fourth chord, to C, by playing the. And I didn't do that before. I just went to the G7. And G7 can be played like this, with just placing your finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Or you can just play it on the 1st string, 3rd fret, and maybe just. But my version of Midnight Special was very majory. 7th, major chords, and that's it. And I used a lot of these octaving basses, like. And then the solo that I played was. So the slow version of the solo, and I like that kind of Hawaiian approach to. So I'll show you that lick. So. And this part is like you really need to have a good slide. String action is not too high on this guitar. It's more that it's a shorter scale. This is not a full-size guitar. It's a shorter scale. You can, if you put like 12s or 13s, they have such a nice tension on this neck, and it just see. I mean, sustain is endless. It's beautiful compared to glass, which gives us a little bit less sustain. See, it's not so heavy. The chord is not that heavy sounding like with the metal, but wonderful diamond and bottleneck gives us. You hear these overtones, wonderful. It's almost that the notes are clearer than with the metal. This is like a matter of my mood, which slide I'll take to play this song if I'm live. Sometimes it's also dependent on the PA system. I don't play with this guitar live because it doesn't have any pickup. I usually play my metal body, which has got this wonderful Kent Armstrong lipstick pickup, electric guitar pickup. But the way I play it and my whole signal chain gives it a very warm, nice, bassy sound without too much punchy middles. It really takes the sound of a tricone, which is a mellower sounding guitar than a single cone. Single tone is punchier, it's more bassy, it's got those lower mids, and the trebles are kind of more rounded than on the tricone. Tricones has got nice, sparkling, not too sparkling, but nice bright trebles and very warm basses, and the middles are kind of, I don't know, like through oil. It's a beautiful sound on that guitar. So when I play live, it depends on the PA system. It depends on if I'm playing through the amplifier on the scene, which is mic'd up, or if I'm playing through my own acoustic guitar amp, and then I line out with two cables to the mixer board. So it all depends. Ooh, I have a backlog of the chat, gentlemen, and no ladies here, and I'm not in the chat. I'm coming in today on the sly in the background during a meeting. Can't type, but will be listening. All right. Yeah, you told me that. Oh God, was it too small? Oops. So you, right? Yeah, he'll provide you with another one. David bought the diamond bottleneck slide. That's great. So I'll show you the first part of that solo lick. Let's go to the next one. So. And this is only tricky if you're not fast enough to remove the slide from the strings. You need to be deliberate when you do that, because if you're not playing too fast, this whole version, if you play like a laid back like this, then you can just glide with the slide. I like to do it with a combination of fretted and slided chords. But then after this chord, so. And remember, I'm playing first and the second string on the first chord here. And then also first and second string, but then I move to second and third. And then I jump with a slide to the 5th fret in order to be able to vibrate it. It needs to ring a little bit. It needs to be like a bang. It's great like that. And if you're also noticing that I'm always vibrating until the last second, it's even less than a second here, I guess, but I'm always trying to vibrate with the slide. So I'm not trying to play the backup all the time, like a. In my ears, it would be kind of repeating too monotonic, like a down, 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 bass, bum, bum, bum. I want to kind of put just one D note and then play the melody and then meet the chord on the 7th fret, like this. If you ever go to Houston. Right, so we're there somewhere. This is how I used to play it. So everything is based on this bass, chord, bass, chord, bass, chord, bass, chord. And the kind of new, fresh version. And it's fresh for me. Some of you maybe think that, well, that's not so different. It's the same chords, same grips. Basically, the melody is going to be the same. So what's so different about it? For me, it's enough that I just use these swingy chords. And I was just thinking about Delmo Brothers. If you look them up afterwards, not now, on Spotify or Apple Music, just go Delmo Brothers Midnight Special, and you'll find that version, which is kind of maybe this fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a little light on me. Do, 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 do. So it's kind of faster, but they're using these kind of swingy chords, and there are like 4 or 5 instruments. I think it's violin, guitar, upright bass, tenor guitar that Delmo Brothers played, 1 6-string guitar and 1 tenor guitar, the 4-string guitar, and they had a very specific sound. So sometimes you hear the backup played by that tenor guitar, which is very punchy, and I kind of tried to compress everything into one guitar, and I love this form of G6 chord. It's here on, just imagine D7 in a standard tuning, and just move it 1 string up. So on the 5th fret with these on the 2nd string and on the 4th, and then the 3rd string on the 4th fret. So you get that grip there. And this 1st string, I usually don't use it open like this. I leave that and I keep it for some special moments within a song where I would maybe put it. So I'm not done with this version. I just started. So I thought, okay, I'll put it in my next live stream. I came up with this on Thursday, and thought, okay, let's do it on the live stream. I just knew which chord shapes and which things I wanted to do, and then I remembered a couple of Merle Travis licks that he uses in standard tuning before he goes from chord 1 to 4, in this case from G to C. Right? Oh, sorry, I bumped the microphone. So, if you ever go to Houston, that's where I would put this kind of Travisy chord, which in this kind of version sounds like this. It's a part of a C sharp 7, 9, but it can be played as in the standard tuning. So what I'm doing, I'm just using the 3 strings which are the same as in the standard tuning, and you get another kind of texture in the sound when you do like that. And I play it with a G bass. The C chord would be here, C7, right? As in the standard tuning, C. I just move my 3rd finger, my ring finger, to the 3rd string, and I get that 7th here. And I'm leaving this dissonant D note, which is actually the 9th of the C chord. So what's beautiful with open tunings is that, compared to standard tuning, where the 9s can be, they kind of, okay, they can be played this way as well, that you use your 9s or 7s in the basses instead of on treble strings. But in open tunings, there are some voicings that are just unique to maybe just that tuning in particular. In this case, the C7 with that ninth on the first open string sounds beautiful when you're like a. If you ever go to Houston. We're there. We're getting there. That would be the pace to it. That would be the groove. So I'm so excited about it. This is so cool. Anyway, so the C sharp 7 9 sort of would be here. If you ever go to Houston. So I would maybe pick the. So I would change between these. You hear the melody in the backup? It's played on the second string. Okay, I can move the whole shape. Oh, this is also great. This is something I stole from, I guess, Muddy Waters or some, any of the old masters. So you glide from the 3rd fret to the 4th, somewhere there, and leave it, and then just jump on the 1st string and play the 5th fret. What's happening here that I'm kind of damping the 3rd string right after I play it. I would be using those licks in things like this. And this is where my, I don't know, maybe ADHD or something, whatever. This is how I play usually. You are now witnessing how sloppy and sometimes disorganized my playing can be when I'm kind of preparing for a show or something. That's why I sometimes need several hours for things that maybe somebody else will just nail in 45 minutes, because they would just concentrate on that one particular song they're preparing, and that would be done. In my case, I could just fly away into just because this is live stream. I didn't continue playing this old timey lick, but it just gave me literally now a couple of new ideas where to go from there and how to play it. Maybe a bit different than I usually would play it before. So yeah, it's a blessing and it's a curse at the same time. So let's go back to the blessing. So Midnight Special, that's right. So I would go to let the Midnight Special shine a light on me. Let the Midnight Special. So these are the things that I would just throw in as the backup, but if I can maintain the basses. Okay, this is. If you ever go to Houston, I would use that lick. So that's the kind of move to the D chord. That can be done this way, or so we're going down from down up. One more time. It's from the 1st fret, 5th fret string on the 1st string, on the 1st fret, and the 1st fret on the 3rd string. So you got. Don't ask me the names of these notes. I don't know, just like this. Well, yeah, I do basically. So this would be the B, This would be G sharp, this would be the D, and this would be G sharp. Let's see what the first string. You see, like this. They sound like okay, but what's the catch? The catch is when you using like a so these kind of jump through chords or chord shapes or notes combinations are something that I really love to utilize, and those come naturally, but it took me many years to start thinking that way. It just, something clicked inside of my head and I started needing something else in between the main chords of the song. So that's the first thing about this backup. So I'm using G6 as the main chords for the backup, and that can be varied in several ways. Like this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. If you ever go to Houston, boy, you better walk right. And you better not turn down, and you better not fight. Right? The syncopation and the dancing of the whole thing, the groove starts when you start picking up upwards with your picking hands, index or any other finger, and then also this kind of swingy way of playing the backup. So it doesn't always have to be bass chord, bass chord. It can be just a simple brushing downwards from the I'm still keeping the bass going, but a much smoother on them, like a remember when I said I'll leave this open first string for some situation later on? I don't play it all the time, so it would be used here. Like, if you ever go to Houston, boy, you better walk right. And you better not gamble, and you better not fight. Also thing, these octaves things. I would really highly recommend you to just experiment with these basses, with the octaves, just see what you can do with them, because I have several kind of solutions for these melodic stuff, like a rock and roll did with this, and so on. So that started with licks from the 30s, Charlie Patton's double basses and all that. So and then in between the bluey nose. In this case of playing the G chord, we're kind of skipping the third. It's just like a just G and the fifths, nothing else. All right, that's Midnight Special. Now we have only kind of 10 minutes left. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Oh, Abby's here. Great to see you, Abby. I was just revamping an old arrangement today and added that same augmented chord. Beautiful. Yeah. Tom, where are you? You in Spain still? Or are you back in Sweden? Would have loved to practice this with you, but I lost my slide. Oh God. I think the workers I have in my house use it for a piece of pipe somewhere. Thank you, buddy. All right. Yeah, exactly. That's great. Tom means, and so on. Yeah. So let's see, Abby says, and I completely forgot about your live stream last week, and I was in deep tidying mode with no idea that was the theme. Oh God. Hey, this is scary. We're doing same things twice. First this augmented chord and then tidying up the space and everything. Oh, we need to talk. We need to talk. And guys, I would really love to bring Abby as my guest in the live stream. So we'll try to solve the technical part and all that if Abby can be available in a couple of upcoming weeks. Next week is going to be a bit political, not too much, just a little bit, because here in Sweden there are lots of things happening with a right-wing government that are cutting down funds for cultural events, for study organizations, study associations, where I have my position nowadays, and it's going to affect a lot. And I'm going to be talking about Swedish music wonder. It's like, why is Sweden so successful in the music business? If you just go through several of large names that came from Sweden, and it doesn't have to be only like ABBA or Avicii or some mainstream artists within pop music. I mean, we have a killer metal movement here, heavy metal, death metal. I mean, Meshuggah, lots of other bands that I even forgot their names, but they are a fantastic export from Sweden. So somebody's making money out of all those royalties coming back to this country, and somebody paying taxes on them. And now they want to cut down on it for some reason. So I'll prepare. It's not only going to be about politics, but I'd really like to highlight some things that are happening, and it should be spoken about. That's it. But we still have one more song, Corina Corina, which some of you may think that, oh, well, that's the same kind of groove. Let the midnight special, Corina Corina, we still last night. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing this afternoon, and I went kind of back and forth between all these, and let me see if I can remember. I wrote it down in my script. If you guys can find the version of Corina Corina by Joe Turner, not Big Joe Turner, Joe Turner. It's a recording from, I think, 40s or something. It starts with a very jazzy piano lick, and then they go into Corina Corina, where'd you stay last night? Corina Corina, where'd you stay last night? Come home this morning, stars shining bright. You see, I would play these two songs very similarly. So what's the catch? I wouldn't be playing them in the same set. I usually play two sets. If it's a festival gig, if it's only kind of 45 minutes on a scene somewhere, then I'll have to choose. But in a regular kind of two-set show, I would definitely play these two songs in each set, and it'll be fine. I mean, this can be compared with like another blues musician playing two shuffle songs, one a little bit faster, one a little bit slower, but it's the same shuffle back up. So it's just another lyrics to it or whatever. So that's why, I put my foot down. I'll do it. Very similar versions. That's it. But there are some things that Corina inspires me to do with the slide, and I just can't do it in Midnight Special for some reason. I don't know why. And let me demonstrate. So, Corina. One very important thing is that I can emulate the melody with chord shapes. See, coming from G to G, from open strings. D and G. G7. C. Corina, will you stay last night? Come home this morning, star was shining bright. I love a now there's something I need to put into this before I go back to when I'm in D, like a G2 3 4 G2 3 4, right? And then I need like 2 measures, and I go back to that. Now I need something in between, so I wanted to play a form of D chord, and I stole this from, I think the first time in my life I've heard a chord like this was when I was listening to Ray Charles when he sang Georgia, and then this big 5th chord sounds something like this. Georgia, and so on, right? So I thought, okay, I could use that chord here, and then I'd need a chord 1 fret higher, maybe to star shining bright, right? And then you have this shape. And this can be played like a. And this chord shape is this. Sounds dissonant again, but it's just one little sloppy between. I go to the D form here. This is the shape. 5th string on the 6th fret, 5th fret, 4th string, 6th fret, 3rd string, and then open 1st string, 2nd string, and then. So this shape is 5th fret, 5th string, 4th fret, 4th string with these 2 fingers, and then the 3rd string on the 3rd fret, and then I just press the same fret on my index here again, so it's, and then to G6. So let me just run through the Corina, Corina, oh, Corina, Corina, where'd you stay last night? Corina, Corina, where'd you stay last night? Come home this morning, star was shining bright. That can also be a way to do it. That's it. That's where I would also throw it in. So, Corina, Corina, where'd you stay last night? Corina, Corina. I needed a kind of G7 there. This could be the C shape, right? And then, so this is a lick I've showed you before in other kind of songs or whatever I play this. Or with a slide. This could be a nice lick altogether. So, all right. So, and then this idea for solos. If David is still listening, it goes like a could be one variation of the solo, right? So just kind of doo-doo, 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 doo. That's on the 9th, 7th, 5th fret, and then down here. So. me do that as well. So, this can be kind of enriched with a little bit of syncopation, like so like this, which means I'm dampening behind the slide here, and then I have this note ready on the 7th fret. Bass is dampened. These two strings, 2nd and 3rd, are dampened. And this can be played in several different ways, like a I want another note. No. Okay, so is it? That's it. I like it that way. And there was another lick that I've heard somewhere. Melody played with the brass section. Oh, I forgot that. How did that go? I lost that one. I did it a couple of hours ago before the live stream, and now I kind of lost it. But it's there somewhere. Oh, there's one more little nice shape of G7. That's not only the. I do like. So it's dissonant again. So it's a G, the 7th of the G chord here on the note of F. But then we also add a 9th of A met with a B here. I'm using all these licks in other songs as well. If you remember how I played Statesboro Blues, I'm using a lot of these and so on. So those are the licks I'm using in several songs, and that's my style. And yeah, I don't know, it just became that way. Yeah. Oh, I got carried away with too much ideas, and I hope you guys cope with me. You can always come back and listen at your own pace, and just maybe stop at some moments that you liked and want to go into that. But I think I've played slow enough even for somebody who's totally new with playing slide, in order to be able to understand what I was doing. Please don't expect to learn to play slide just watching live streams and playing along. You will need to work at home as well. And yeah, if you need any help, just let me know. I'm always here, available. Just hit me up on Twitter at homesickmac or homesickmac@gmail.com, and we'll sort you out, no problem. So thanks so much for coming today. It's been a blast, and I hope to see you next week. A little bit of politics, a little bit of, social sustainability of the musician and the music business around here in Scandinavia. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, so Tom is in Spain, and I guess you're doing some home construction work. All right. Hide your slides from workers. That's the best. Thank you, Abby. I love those chords voicings as well. It's great. All right. So thanks so much for coming today. As I said, it was a blast as usual. And I hope to see you next week. Stay safe, play a lot, and don't forget, keep it simple, but make it groovy. All right. Love you guys. See you next week.
It was in spring, one sunny day. My sweetheart left me, Lord, she went away. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. Things could call me up, down and out by soul. Said, come back, Daddy, Lord, I need you so. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Like my peaches, don't you shake my tree. Get out of my orchard, let my peaches be. Now she's gone, I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. In spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me, now she went away. Now she's gone, I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. Now she's gone, and I don't worry,